If he'd said, instead of the FBI doing this, they should investigate their own bosses, now he would have been on to something, right?
Free Talk Live.
Gilbert calling from the internet. Gilbert, you're on Free Talk Live.
Gilbert from the internet.
Yes, I wanted to expose how the FBI is really not looking into the real pedophiles, the real people that are pushing this stuff. Because if you do, then you must be a racist for some reason. They've convinced us they're so powerful that you can't even touch them.
What does racism have to do with this?
It's called, because you can, if you tell them that they're pedophiles, that because they believe in the Talmud, which the Talmud says you can have sex with 3-year-old babies.
It's the Jews.
This person is claiming that Jewish people are pedophiles? That's pretty messed up, dude.
No, I didn't say the Jewish people.
Well, what are you saying?
I didn't say the Jewish
What's
people.
the racist thing that you're talking about
anybody
here?
who believes in the Talmud, you could believe in it. Are you Jew? Does that?
Isn't the Talmud the holy Jewish book?
It's one of them.
Yeah, but there's also a Christian Jewish book, and I believe in that one. And I believe
Wasn't Sarah below the?
Disciples.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sarah was below the age of consent when what we would consider the age of consent.
So was Mary.
Yeah, Mary was very young when God impregnated her.
Yeah, but the Talmud clearly says you can have sex with a 3-year-old, and I've bet $10,000 on the radio to anybody who proves to me that I'm wrong. And it also
you seem really obsessed with this. What's up with that?
Why is it the Talmud that you're so upset with?
Because right now, for example, I'm neither Republican or Democrat.
I don't care.
But the thing is that, and I don't agree with anything Ilhan Omar says or does, but except for this one issue that she exposes AIPAC, that they give too much money to
so
the
it's not just the Talmud.
Israel, it's
like
foreign government.
All the Jews, right?
No, it's not the Jews. Of course not.
Well, what is it?
The Jews, Jesus Christ, his disciples. Pardon me?
What is it then?
It's the Talmud and that belief system.
Talmud.
So what are you saying? The FBI should investigate?
I have yet to meet a Jew that believes that sex with 3-year-olds is acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, these are old,
ridiculous.
ancient, stupid books, right? And all of them are.
Yeah, what do you want the FBI to do exactly about the Talmud?
Well, just look at this. For example, the Talmud goes with the Kabbalah, and all of these Talmud and Kabbalah believers, like Aleister Crowley, for example.
He's dead. We got him handled.
Puts out in his books.
What do you want the FBI to do?
Well, look into these people. Why are they allowing these people?
Who are these people?
Who are these? Yeah,
Aleister Crowley you can't look into unless you just pull up a Sepultura and break it open.
But
all right. Thanks for the call, Gilbert. Toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE. It's nice when people can answer a question, but we haven't had any calls like that so far here.
Well, we have.
The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. If he'd said, instead of the FBI doing this, they should investigate their own bosses, now he would have been on to something, right? Like with the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation. I don't know if you've been following that at all.
I've been paying a bit of attention.
Yeah, so this is the very politically connected guy.
This is the guy, Lolita something?
He had a plane that was allegedly called Lolita Express.
Lolita Express, yes.
He has his own island in the Caribbean, private island, and has been accused and basically there's a mountain of evidence.
Yeah, mountain of evidence.
Essentially, he took a guilty plea on some lesser charges for this and got off essentially scot-free with no real jail time for ostensibly molesting young girls, maybe young teen girls on this island in this airplane and so on. And there's still something working its way through the courts on that. There's a very detailed story that the Miami Herald did. It's on their website right now.
And this is Trump's next door neighbor?
They allege that he's a neighbor. I'm not sure if that's next door.
Next door, okay.
But it sounds like they live close by to one another. Ostensibly, Trump's been on the plane as well,
and
at some point.
Bill Clinton at some point.
Clinton has definitely been on the plane.
Right.
This guy, hobnobs it with a bunch of the big names out there.
Now, I mean, I've been on a private jet once, and I don't know what that private jet's been used for. So I don't think that being on the plane is necessarily an indictment of anything.
No, it's not. And no one has alleged that Trump, raped them or anything like that.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, no. There have been people that have alleged that, but not any young ladies. Yeah.
Right. They haven't, in association with Jeffrey Epstein, they have not alleged that.
So I I think it's interesting and should be looked into because it doesn't surprise me.
But no one wants to look into it, and that's what the when you read the Miami
don't look into rich people's proclivities.
Well, when you not only rich people but very politically connected rich people.
Oh, sure.
The Miami Herald article, it's broken up into 3 parts. It's really exhaustive. I mean, really exhaustive. Interesting, very detailed reporting. Some information coming out for the very first time. And when you read this story about Epstein, it's clear that these prosecutors who were going after him were neutered somehow. Like, they were continuing to, I'm putting quotes around, prosecute him, but basically dropping every ball they could possibly drop, including allowing him to just take this ridiculous plea deal. And it was just this, I mean, from the perspective of what has happened to other people who've been accused of similar so-called crimes, he got nothing compared to what everybody else gets. I mean, he basically got a slap on the hand for what would put other people in prison
under the jail
for 5, 10, maybe even more years. And he didn't just do this once; he was accused of doing it to multiple people. So, I mean, it's just fascinating stuff. So, yeah, if that was what our caller had said, I've been like, yeah, the FBI should investigate that, but they're not. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE. That whole case, the government's
should another policing agency be investigating the FBI over the distribution of child pornography in this case?
Good question. If so, who would that be?
Yeah, who watches the watchers?
Yeah, 855-450-FREE.
The media does is the answer.
There's more coming up. Free Talk Live.
Free Talk Live. Listen live 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern or grab the podcast. It's all at freetalklive.com.